Of course we are. This is 2 in a row, Jeff. Hello, everyone. Welcome
you
to
get a little chesty in the Zoom.
I was sassy.
You get a little sassy.
It was a little bit delayed than when you thought we were.
Welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. We're playing Marvel Multiverse RPG. We've created our own Earth LOL 101, as Aaron calls it, because he's true to the fandom where it's all numbers, but I say it's just laugh out loud. Our mutants are the only people with superpowers. There are no other heroes. The Avengers don't exist here. And our players have created their own original mutants who are learning how to be heroes. Let's start with Aaron. Who are you playing? What are your superpowers?
I am playing Jericho Wraith, codenamed Wraith, the son of John Wraith, the Kestrel and Silver Fox. He has the ability to fold and manipulate space-time. So he's a teleporter. He has the ability to shift himself out of phase with time to give himself a little bit more action economy, one could say. He has the ability to create micro singularities within people to basically teleport fragments of their body away from them, which is the flavored venom blast. And he has the ability to lock people spatially down, a paralysis effect, which somebody, actually who had read the rules along with me, pointed out you can try to break free of that as a reaction. I was hoping that Steven never would figure that out, but he's got a hold of that information now. So
the YouTube comments are, they're always the ones to save me. You guys got my back, and I appreciate that so much that you are there for me. You catch me when I fall. In my defense, the escape action is an actual thing in the rules, but it's also a separate reaction as well. And I just didn't catch that second detail. But now, Wraith is going to die this session, and that feels good.
That's fair.
Melissa, who are you playing? What are your superpowers?
So I am playing Ellen Humphreys, who goes by Bijou. Her superpowers are getting very, very, very small, so small that you cannot see her, running fast, and shooting things.
Do you have to follow the Pym particle rule, where like the smaller you get, you still stay the same weight? Is that a thing for you?
I have no clue. I know what the description of the thing is that I dragged onto my sheet, and I know how big it makes me. I will do research if that is an answer that you would like me to know.
I just was wondering narratively if like you have ever shrunk on a scale before to look at the numbers.
I mean, I assumed that I was just hanging out in Stranglehold's like pocket earlier.
Oh, so it's his call. Stranglehold, how heavy is she when she's small?
I mean, I'm like really strong, so I probably don't even know the difference.
I knew you would go there. Stranglehold, who are you? What are your superpowers?
Hey, I'm Stranglehold, also known as Marshall Gloss, and I am a professionally master-trained martial artist. I know and am an expert at such abilities as grappling technique and spin and throw. Also, my body is sort of made of, plasticity. Like my bones aren't like hard and my tissue can extend, and I have the sort of strange appendage of my twin brother who died in the womb sticking out of my torso. But other than that, I'm just a cool dude, and I'm happy to be hanging out with my bras. I got Elixir, I got Jericho, and we're just like, yeah, man, this is a pretty sweet gig aside from all of the terrible persecution of mutant kind. But other than that, it's really fun, dude.
Always looking at the bright side.
Yeah, man. That's right. I think I can take that apocalypse guy.
I'm sure you could. Unfortunately, with the way I roll, I'm sure you could. Kipser, you're in our hot seat tonight. Did you do your homework?
Nope.
No. Oh, no. Well, you're just going to have to improv it then, aren't you?
Yeah, probably.
I'm joking. I didn't have anything for you. Who are you playing tonight? What are your superpowers?
I am playing Luna Richter, otherwise known as Ashfall, who is an escapee of Mojo World, where everything is perfectly normal and the world is not a reality television show that is gladiatorial combat, violence, and views, which is a little bit like Twitch, huh? Otherwise, I am primarily.
At what point do we start killing each other?
I don't know, Jeff. What are the views on that? Looking at these days.
Well, it depends on the bits that get donated. We don't really have that
Alright.
tier, but it can be arranged.
All right, so
There
we'll
you go,
talk
guys.
about it
We'll
in the
just
future.
watch that chat real quick.
But yeah, mostly she uses geokinesis and has recently figured out how to put a lid on the dirt block that she makes, so that it's actually a prison. And she's also figured out how to jump back to the Mojo dimension, where she's left them a little present that hopefully doesn't draw
What was that
attention.
present?
Nope, we're not talking about it. Nothing happened.
Okay, what's the Mojo dimension for those of our viewers that don't know?
Well, it is a terrible reality TV show that is kind of like Twitch chat, ultra violence, gladiatorial combat, where you get.
And how do they feel about presents just randomly being dropped in?
Oh, that's great. They love them. Definitely no kickback.
Are you sure? Because you gave me a lot of research on Mojo.
Oh, yes, that's not accurate.
You're right. It's not accurate. I did not ask for a lot of research. So last week, after we had our little Mojo bit, I reached out to Kipser and said, hey, if you want to give me some like details to pepper in, little Easter eggs that I can sprinkle in, that would be great. And she replied with a drop box full of comics for me to read. So
Only two comics. Only two comics.
was only
And
two.
I also
It was
brought
only two.
attention to the lovely relationship between Longshot and Shatterstar.
you might as well throw that out there too. That's a good story.
Which is essentially that they are their own fathers and sons. It's great. It's a little infinity circle.
Wait. So Longshot is Shatterstar's dad?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And Shatterstar is Longshot's dad. Yep.
Okay.
Perfectly normal.
That's pretty clear.
Little time loop. Yep.
Roll Tide. And now,
I mean,
previously on X-Men, fall vacation has been cut short as Sentinels ambush the graduates at their beachfront hideout. Our mutant misfits are rested, recovered, and restored to full power since they cured their nano-sentinel infections, and the surprise Sentinels were no match for our gifted graduates at their full potential. But making a getaway isn't as easy as crushing a few oversized tin cans, for a massive metallic monster means to masticate our mutant misfits. Wraith's quick reflexes and Ashfall's quick thinking allowed them to punt the post-prehistoric predator into the Mojoverse. Surely that won't draw any unwanted attention. Are the graduates safe now? Where will they go? How will they return to their own time? When is the next Knicks game? Find out tonight here on Adventures in Lollygagging. You all are in a bright red Hummer, an H3. You have just piled back in after your fight with Predator X, this massive Tyrannosaurus Rex type creature with organic metal skin. As you got in the Humvee, you saw that there was a broadcast from Reverend Stryker recently who declared that he was launching a new crusade specifically because of you all going missing and attacking some of his faculty. You are not out of the clear entirely yet as Elixir begins to step on the gas and you start pulling away, going back through these back country roads of the Hamptons. However, as far as you can tell, it does seem pretty clear. You look up, you don't see any sentinels flying towards you. There was a whole fleet of them coming after you. You don't see any more predators chasing you. And after a few minutes, Elixir begins to just slow down and cruise, trying to go the speed limit, trying not to look too suspicious. And you can tell the adrenaline got to him, too. He looks over at Stranglehold. Dude, did you see that? That thing had jaws like, oh shit, I'm driving. That thing had massive jaws.
Yeah, I was like right there, and then like I totally would have ripped it apart if Ashfall didn't do it.
saw
But that was
that,
like really
dude.
cool, you know? Yeah.
You were gonna like just rip the jaw. Oh, sorry.
Right.
Yeah, you were gonna just rip the jaws
Yeah.
right open, man. It was so awesome.
Thanks, man. Thanks. You're driving, primo, dude, primo.
Yeah, I haven't done this in like ever. So yeah, I feel like I'm just a natural as he's like veering
yeah.
over the road. Prodigy, on the other hand, is not annoyed with this, but trying to cut into the conversation, trying to get to business, specifically talking about Stryker and the Crusade. Where do we go from here?
It's easy. We got to go back. We've got to find the tech that they're using to travel between the timelines. We need to steal it. We need to go back to our time and prevent this from happening. You come with us.
Gotta find where all the trucks are going.
Find where they came from. Yeah, let's raid a warehouse. We know that they're out of it right now.
The warehouse. We know that a lot of money goes to their logistics, so that would make sense that the warehouse has something to do with it. Do we need to go to Madison Square Garden? Should we stay away from there? That's where Stryker is, or will be.
I mean, we can go there. I've been there before. I competed in like wrestling championships, like tri-state area in high school. So like I could.
That's pretty cool.
Mean, I don't know if it's like different now, if they've changed the layout, but like I might be able to help us navigate it.
I mean, it is a little different, but they haven't changed too much, you know, with the Penn Station remodeling happening and then when the Knicks got bought out.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Yeah, they're the Strikers now, New York Strikers.
Wait, but is Dolan still the owner? Is he still the Madison Square Garden chairman or whatever?
No, Reverend Stryker bought Madison Square Gardens.
Oh, okay. So the James Dolan is not involved anymore with the New York basketball team.
I don't know who James Dolan is, but I can start Googling him if you want.
I know this mutant stuff is terrible, but that is the best news I have heard about this universe so far. Oh my gosh. What about the Rangers, man? How are they doing?
Hold on, I'm still looking up the Strikers. Yeah, Dolan, yeah, he's still operating the Strikers, but he does not own them anymore. He's just some sort of executive for them.
What? He's terrible at running organization. All he ever did was this weird band and just tell other people what to do and meddle. And this is like the worst of both worlds, man. No. We gotta tear that place down, brick by brick.
And while we're at it, you know,
get
the technology off of Stryker.
I mean, we might want to drop by Madison Square Gardens to interrupt the Stryker plot, but we should probably touch base with some local mutant faction if we can find it, just so we're like a little bit more up and up. Like the mutants that aren't in the facilities, I mean.
There aren't many of those, and if there are, they're in hiding pretty well.
Yeah.
Sentinels occasionally fly over New York looking for new mutants that just discovered their powers. They're working on a test that'll identify babies when they're born as mutants.
I think the longer we stay in this timeline, the greater there is a risk that we're going to get picked off one by one. We need to find this tech and we need to get out of here.
All right. Yeah. Let's Prodigy, you said you knew kind of where the warehouse was?
I can look up the Stryker's church has several properties. Madison Square Gardens is where he preaches from when he's not on the road. And then there's quite a few properties. I'd assume plenty of warehouses. I can pull up a list for sure.
All right. And Marshall, you've been to Madison Square Gardens. Does it have like a big basement or something you could have hidden tech in?
Okay, Stranglehold is just like twitching every time someone says gardens. It's singular, like Madison Square Garden. Okay, gosh.
Gardens, yeah, I got it.
And yeah, there's all sorts of various stuff underneath. Yeah. There used to be like all these rumors about like there were different tunnels and stuff where they would get like some of the celebrities who didn't want to be known, and sometimes like, you know, presidents and stuff wanting to come, and like they had to get them in and out somehow without going like through the normal like turnstile way, and that's the way they did it. Yeah. I mean, that's not how we went in though, because we were high school wrestlers. So, but yeah, I could probably find it. Yeah.
Well, if they have secret entrances, that might be an easy way for us to sneak in and check.
Yeah. Okay.
If they're known.
Yeah.
You know where these secret entrances are, Marshall?
Well, I know where they are in my world, so
I'll do some
get
digging. I'll do some digging.
I just it's probably because they moved them, you know?
Yeah, of course.
I told you they did a lot of remodeling, so that makes sense.
Right.
Now, Prodigy, this technology, this time traveling technology, do you know anything about it? I mean, is he miniaturized it to the point where he's able to carry some sort of trans-dimensional portal device on him, or are we looking for something that's going to take up the better part of a sub-basement in the garden?
I'll be honest, that's way above my pay grade. I didn't have access to hardly any internet when I was at the Stryker Institute, and the only thing I could access remotely this past week has just been like normal bureaucracy paperwork, accounting and things like that. Maybe if I can hook up to an actual database in one of their in the Church of Human Potential, as Madison Square Gardens has been renamed, maybe then I'd be able to find some more information there, but I really don't know.
All
I
right.
mean, we could hook you up directly because we can just get you in the basement of the Madison Square Gardens.
Bro, do you mean hook him up directly, like put a cable into his brain or something like that?
Something like that, but more like just have him underground while Reverend Stryker is preaching so he can eat his brain.
You want them to eat Prodigy's brain?
No, other way around.
We're gonna eat Stryker's brain?
Prodigy eats Stryker's brain, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dude,
If
you
we
eat
can get
brains?
Prodigy
That's awesome.
close, if we can get
I-
Prodigy close enough to him, I'm going to strangle you.
Wait, what? No, hey, hang on, man. That's like my thing. You're like the teleport stuff. I
Good
strangle.
point. Good point. Stranglehold is going to strangle you if you don't get it together.
But if we get Prodigy close to Stryker, he can figure out exactly where the time dilation machines are if they're not at Madison Square Gardens.
You mean the Church of Human Potential? Yeah.
No, I don't. I mean Madison Square Garden.
Gardens. Yeah, because they did build the second one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's just try it and see what happens. Stranglehold, I hope you can find us a way in. If not, I'll start searching some forums, see if there's any sort of, anyone who's
I'm
talked about it
sure
before.
once we get inside, like I'll be able to navigate. Like it'll come back to me, like we snuck away, we did stuff, we looked around a bit here and there, and then security got us, and then we beat them up because we're like wrestling stars. So like, what are a bunch of rent-a-cops gonna do against us? It's really funny. Anyhow, then they threatened to take away our college scholarships, and so then we listened to what they had to do. It was really tough. What were
I
we
can always
talking
go
about?
running around and find out where things are and then run back and tell you. And no one will notice me because I get so small.
It's a good idea.
And if you tell us where to go, then Ashfall, you can teleport us in, right? Or Jericho, could you?
No, not all of you.
I can do you one at a time, sort of, but it's mostly like we would hop to Mojo World and then hop back and hopefully get into a room that I can't necessarily see. And also maybe we end up there's a giant yellow man with with mechanical spider legs we kind of want to avoid that is in the middle part? Yes, Marshall.
So Mojo World is the same place where you sent that Technoraptor thing?
Yeah,
So,
but I
like-
think it'll be dead by now.
I feel like it was
I
more of a
just-
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Did you see the
No.
size of it? Like,
It wasn't that big.
bro,
I
it was
don't know.
totally a T-Rex.
Dude, maybe, but like I was right next to it and like it was kind of small. Anyhow, so like when you open a portal to Mojo World,
Mhm, mhm.
like is it to the same place in Mojo World or is
Oh
it
no,
like
I can jump around.
Okay, so like I was gonna say, like if you open one now, would you open it up like right to where you would put the Technoraptor thing?
No, I would.
So it won't be like
Not.
waiting for
I
us
would-
or anything.
Yeah, we could.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
we could go to
Right
the
on.
city, but it'd really be very bad for us.
Oh, okay.
Or if we just wanted to conserve energy, we'll just find the tunnels and walk in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call Mojo World Plan B. And at this point, you guys are driving along the beach bypass in the Hamptons. It's just a 2-lane road, but it's got quite a bit of traffic. It's almost a highway, but not really. You've got a guardrail on both sides of the road with a very thin row of trees, and you can see through the trees that there is ocean on either side. It's just a thin strip of land that connects 2 islands here. And up ahead, Wraith, you are the first one to see this because I had you pre-roll initiative. You see the trees are moving up ahead, and out of them bursts another one of these Predator X's. As it crashes onto the road, it actually knocks another car sideways. Its head just slams right into it. The car goes careening through the other side of the guardrail, flips over, going in down the hill, possibly into the water, hitting several trees. You're going 45 miles ish an hour right now towards this creature, and it just begins gaining speed towards you as well. I would say you're going first, but it also rolled a fantastic success and rolled higher initiative. This is exciting for me, guys. This doesn't happen to me. And it somehow immediately knows what car you all are in. It raises its head and gives just a huge sniff of the air and then begins barreling towards you and then just jumps towards your Hummer. And it is going to try a ground shaking stomp here. This is a
Since
melee check. Oh, sorry.
Since I
go ahead.
am going in the same round, I do
You
get
have a
my
reaction.
reactions, and I will teleport behind it.
What is the teleportation distance here? The other thing to remember is that you're in a moving car and it's in front of you. So if you teleport behind it, your car will be moving towards you.
Well, I'm going to teleport on its back, behind it, on its back.
Okay.
My distance.
There could be a collision
in-
here between the creature and the car. I just want that to be
That's
fully
okay.
clear.
Well, because I can just teleport away again, because I
That's
have
true.
3
That's true.
reactions.
Okay, so you teleport back, and it's doing this ground shaking stomp. It makes a melee check and compares that against the agility of defense of every target within the character's reach plus their rank in spaces. So since you teleport onto its back, it's actually still going to affect you here. Let me go ahead and roll this. I'm going to do this on the Demiplane app here. None of you have damage reduction?
Yeah, dude. that's
Ashfall?
like- yeah,
What is your damage reduction?
2.
all.
I have a -2 on damage. Incoming
Negative
damage.
2, okay. What's yours actually, Stranglehold?
Also 2.
It's going to be an 18 to hit, whether that's... it goes against agility, but some of you can turn that into melee. So how many of you does it hit or miss?
18 hits me.
That hits
18 hits
everyone,
me?
dude.
Definitely hits Bijou.
All right. For those of you it hits, it is doing 36 damage here. I'm sorry, you take half. I'm sorry. For those of you, Ashfall and Stranglehold, you're taking 18 damage. And then Bijou and Jericho, you're taking 22 damage. As this thing jumps towards you, and it just lands violently. Its tail is thrashing out. Its claws wrench into the top of the car and actually gouge out part of the roof, pulling the roof back like ripping the top of a can off. And it is now Wraith's turn.
All right, I will hit it twice. Well, try to hit it twice with Venom Blasts. I got a fantastic success. I will re-roll one die. Hold on, no, sorry. Come on, actually re-roll it for me. Okay. Sorry. This is a little bit of a lag there. Okay, 52 points of damage if
Thanks.
a 22 hits. It's agility defense.
22 does hit. You said 52?
52 points of damage. Fantastic success.
Did you factor in the damage reduction 3?
You didn't. I did not. Okay, so that will be minus.
Jeff, you're right. Something about that math is off. I don't know where I went wrong, but it should be.
You took a
think
minus
it's
2 to
because
the
it was-
multiplier, right?
It's because it was halved. So it was half damage either way. So it would have been 44 and then 36, which would have been the right amount, the minus 2. I rolled a 4. So that would have been 44 to 40 to 36. But then they both got halved. So instead of taking however much off, it was only 4.
Okay.
Cool.
Sorry about that.
With the damage reduction, it's 36 points of damage, and it is
36.
stunned.
And is there any way to break that stun with a reaction?
There is not. There is not.
Oh, you jerk.
And I'm going to do
We
it
were getting
again.
so cocky in the chat, and he even said, I don't need to paralyze you. I can just stun you over and over and over.
And I'm going to do it again with my second standard
It was a
action.
promise, not a threat.
All right. Not a bad roll. I will re-roll my Marvel die to try to get a 1. Come on. Work for me here. Did not, but I got a total of 23 to hit. With the damage reduction, 28 points of damage. And it's
28,
still
all
stunned.
right. And these are good hits, but this creature is massive, and you're using your abilities against this metallic skin, and it's organic metal, so it's a bit softer, but it's still extremely dense and hard to break through. And even as you puncture its skin, you can see it beginning to grow back together. It's almost got like this mercury type quality to it, where like it just becomes a bit of a liquid and it begins to seep in and close the hole that you punch through.
Not for long.
And it is stunned, so that brings us to the top of the round because we just finished bonus round. It is stunned, so it's losing its action here, and that brings us back to Wraith again.
I will do it 2 more times. So for my movement action, I set up the blink barrage to give it trouble if it chooses to attack me, and then I will go after it again with. Holy shit! I'm gonna take a picture of this.
Lots of damage. Ooh.
Nobody
Did you get the
will believe me.
616?
I did get a 6 on the die for a 20 to hit, but because I got a 6 on the Marvel die, it's 84 points of damage. I got to factor in the damage reduction first real quick, though. So minus 18, 70, 56 points of damage.
That's still
Oh
a
my
solid
God.
hit.
And it's stunned again.
6.
And I will do it again.
Stranglehold, you're on deck.
Ooh, let me reroll those. Oh, that one. That's better with the edge. Does a 20 hit?
20 hits.
With the damage reduction, 32 points of damage.
32. All right. Go ahead and describe what this looks like as you're on its back, just tearing into it.
That's exactly what it looks like. He's on his back, and you just see his hands are glowing. And you're starting to see, it's almost like matter is just disintegrating and being ripped out of this thing's body, and these great rivulets and these huge scars and holes are forming in its body as he's literally just opening micro singularities and pulling matter out of this creature.
And that brings us to Stranglehold. You are in this Hummer. The roof has just been torn back. There's a creature right next to you, and you're still both moving very, very quickly. You can hear horns of cars nearby. You hear the tires screeching. Your car also has nowhere to go. There are just guardrails on either side with ocean. What are you doing?
So he's going to turn to Elixir, and with a grin on his face, he's going to be like, convertible, dude. And then he's going to start weaving
Where are
his
my
way
sunglasses?
up. He's going to like snake his way upwards and start to coil around as much of this tech raptor as he can. Okay. And yeah, he's going to make an attack. Do 23 to hit.
That hits.
It's also a fantastic, in case you know people like that kind of thing.
I don't like that kind of thing.
So on a success, the enemy is paralyzed. However, it is not like web, which is I think an instant reaction. Mine specifically says, and so unless it's like on your side that you got the reaction, mine specifically says on your turn you can make a melee check. So unless you have escape as a reaction like I do, I also have escape as a reaction as part of my plasticity stuff. So I'm not sure if that's on your side, but just to keep you there.
I think the escape reaction is generic and anyone can do it.
Is
However,
it?
if
Okay.
it does say on your turn, they can try to make the break. I would say on their turn, I'd say it doesn't work. There's
Okay.
also a bit of a gray area with stun as well. It says you cannot take actions. It doesn't say you can't take reactions.
I think in the facts, if you look at that, any action counts. Reaction
Counts as an action. That does kind of make sense. But you paralyzed him anyway, so I don't think he gets reactions from being paralyzed. That could be wrong with
and
that.
by the way, just everybody for this turn, while he is stunned,
No, that's not right.
as well as being paralyzed, you get an edge on all your attacks. So don't forget.
Oh,
about
sweet.
that.
Well, I'm gonna
Paralyzed does not
reroll.
take away reactions, but
You
stun
know
does.
what? I just realized I should re-roll. I should use my edges to re-roll this one die to see if I can get ultimate whatever the hell it's called.
There you go.
So let me do that before I.
The ultimate fantastic.
Thank you. So I already have I'm two-thirds of the way there. So I rolled now we're up to it. I'm rolling so high. Let me try again. Nope. And here we go. Last try to get that. No, okay. I could never get the ultimate fantastic. So it's still just a regular fantastic. So what's your damage reduction?
3.
Okay, so then it's going to be total damage you're going to take is so you take regular damage and you're paralyzed. So regular damage for me for this is going to be what is that? 6 times 3 is 18. 24 points of damage. So that's regular point. That's regular. So that's the first part of my turn. So 24 points of damage and you're paralyzed. Then
I can't catch a break with you guys.
I mean,
Man,
just
I'm
wait
so
till I roll.
nice.
Just wait till I roll.
actually,
I
think
don't
that's it.
do any damage, really.
No, I actually think that's all I can do because I'm doing the coiling crush things. That's different. So okay, yeah, so that's different than my spin and throw. So I don't actually have the reaction combo here. Hang on, I did this wrong. Let's walk this back, Steven. I did this wrong. So it is a combo. I apologize. So the first thing I did was grappling technique. Then I have to roll as reaction. So he's not technically paralyzed yet. I apologize. He is just grabbed right now.
Okay, that makes sense.
And pinned. He's grabbed and pinned. He still took the damage. The damage is actually doubled because of its fantastic, because it's grappling technique, but he's not paralyzed. Now I will attempt to coiling crush, which is my reaction from grabbing an enemy. I apologize.
So you need a different roll for that one, is what you're saying.
Exactly. So like the first attack. So my first attack was just grab, and that's double damage, pinned, not paralyzed. And then my my reaction here is coiling crush. Sorry about that.
If that's the case, I can take a reaction when you grab him then, correct?
I don't see any reason
Except for
why.
you're stunned.
Ah, shit. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, screw you, Aaron.
I do see why you are stunned.
Except
There's
for
some
tag teaming.
paralysis going on in there too.
And now I will attempt
We got
to
so
coiling
many
crush.
conditions flying around.
I haven't even
now
put
I will
anybody in a
attempt
box yet.
Don't put me
Okay.
Your box don't have
I'm going
lids,
to-
or your boxes do
I
have lids.
figured it
now.
out. I figured it out.
I'm going to use my just to re-roll that. 24 to hit. Not a fantastic success, but I did get a 6 on my
Still a hit.
fantastic thing. So it does. So since this is my reaction, you are paralyzed, but because it's not a fantastic success, you don't take damage. So you're just paralyzed.
And this is the one that says it has to wait till its next turn to break.
Correct.
Okay, so it's
During
paralyzed
the-
until its next turn. Or
Correct.
your next turn, or its?
During the paralyzed enemy's turn, they can make a melee check
Okay.
against the character's melee defense to break free.
All right, got it. And that brings us to Predator X2, which comes crashing onto the highway from behind, running towards the Hummer right now. So you've got this one that's right next to your Hummer. It was shredding the roof until Stranglehold began to compress and tighten it and hold it. And it's still keeping pace with this Hummer here, but it just cannot move or pull away. If anything, it's starting to kind of be dragged as Stranglehold is holding it. Wraith, you're on top, tearing into it, and you look up and you see that there's another one loping towards you in this like jumping, running movement, and it begins to catch up, but it does not catch up this turn. Ashfall, what are you doing?
All right. So first off, I'm going to spend some karma to recover some focus, which is a vigilance check for focus or
Yep,
a resilience.
vigilance.
Yep,
It's
okay.
vigilance.
So I will do a quick check on that one, and I needed to beat a 10. I got a 15. Great. So I will add some. I'll add some focus, but I have 5 focus, and if we have another one that's looping towards us, Ashfall's going to hold out her hands, and you can see sort of almost like the concrete and the earth around the behind of the car rips up as if it's just getting pulled up, and she's going to create an elemental barrier.
Does the elemental barrier require an action?
Yes, it is a standard action.
Well, now I get to be the jerk here. Spending the point of karma to recover during combat requires an action as well.
Oh. I thought it was all right. Fair enough. Then I will not do that, and will hold my reactions to just block you
And-
another way.
I do want to be nice here. If you would like, instead of spending that point of karma, it takes an action. Like I told you last session, you could spend an action hanging out with Elixir, and he can heal you during combat as if you spent a karma without spending the point. So you can save the point of karma, but an action.
Okay, sure. I will spend an action to hang out with Elixir so he can recover some for me, and then I will hold on to my karma because that is mechanically the best.
Does Elixir heal both focus and health, or just health?
Whichever one you choose.
Okay, cool.
Just one.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, it's good.
Steven,
'Cause I may take him up on that here in a minute myself.
Steven,
Fair enough. We'll all
considering
hang out
like
with Elixir.
Stranglehold's been broing with Elixir, would we assume then that he's at like full health and focus because he's been hanging out with Elixir pretty hardcore here?
I did say
Hardcore
outside of
hanging.
combat, you recover health twice as fast as normal. So that's your broing with elixir bonus there.
Oh dear.
Okay.
And also I do recover health because I have healing factor, so I just get 2 health back up at the end of my turn.
Just two because that's
Someone
all
did
your
not put a
resilience
lot
is,
in
or because
resilience.
yeah. All right. So that is your turn, Ashfall. That brings us to Bijou. You would see the one obviously right next to the car banging into the car as you're going at generally high speeds. And you would also hear the crunching of pavement from behind, the screeching of cars as cars are trying to avoid this large creature barreling towards you.
So Bijou, at this point, doesn't necessarily need to change size for right now. So she just wants to kind of like roll the window down and just shoot the one that is closest to the vehicle.
I love that the roof has been torn
Yeah.
off of this Hummer, and you're just like hitting the button to roll it down.
There's a lot of people around. This is not the time to be showing off our mutantism.
So since it's
that's funny.
paralyzed, its ranged attack, its agility to defense is only 10 for this attack for Bijou.
And you have an edge because it's still
And you have an edge.
Oh, right. Let me.
Of course, I don't know what her damage multiplier is. I think this thing's damage multiplier is so high that it defeats all of Bijou's. I think.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
what it's resistance 3, right?
Minus
Damage
3,
reduction
so
3.
if she's got a multiplier of 3.
Mhm.
I rolled. I currently have a multiplier of 4. Thank you. After I leveled up.
Okay, there we go. My fault.
Oh, get wrecked, Steven.
Yeah,
I
you
would
brought
like
it
to
up.
contribute. I want to contribute.
I was filling air.
Yeah, that's fine. So I rolled a 5. So 10 damage.
10 damage. That's a good amount. Go ahead and give us a description of that.
So as I said, she's like in the backseat. She's like rolling the window down, and she's kind of like laying down, so she's not necessarily particularly visible. While she like holds her hand to the necklace, and you just sort of see this like blast come out at this one that's right next to the vehicle.
All right. And that brings us to the paralyzed, stunned predator. Wraith, is it stunned until your round?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it cannot actually take the action to try and break out of the paralysis. However, it does still continue healing a little bit. I'm going to give myself those few points because they might matter. And this thing it's still struggling. It's still very much got life, but it's dazed. It's thrashing in a very uncontrolled manner. It doesn't know what it's trying to attack. It's very much confused. And Stranglehold, you've just got it locked down perfectly. Combined with the hits that Wraith has been doing to it, it doesn't even know where to begin to start shredding at you. And it's still just being dragged along the Hummer right now. And that brings us to Wraith.
How far is the second one away from us?
Let me check its speed real quick here. And it'll be that far away.
Excellent.
30 spaces.
All right, perfect. So I will use my movement action to teleport up to it. Because I have teleportation range in combat of 30 spaces. So
Did I say 30? I meant 35.
it's too late now. No takebacks.
Took your hands off the chess piece.
And then I will strike at this one twice with Venom Blast to try to stun it, since the other one is, at least for the moment, paralyzed. See if we can't take this one out of the action for a moment. And you did say damage reduction of 3. There's a 19 hit.
That
Actually,
just
I'm
barely
gonna
hits.
I'm I'm gonna re-roll. I've got 2 edges on this, so I'm gonna re-roll a couple dice, see if I can make that a little better. Well, it's a little better. A little better. One more.
We can also do our team maneuver, which we've not touched in a very long time.
Haven't even decided what it is.
It's
I
all
forgetting
totally decided what it is.
Obviously, it's offense. I mean,
Yeah, obviously.
of course.
It's better. So a 19 hits
19 hits.
with the damage reduction, 23 points of damage,
23. Nice solid hit.
and it's stunned. And I will do it again.
That wasn't a fantastic success, though, right?
No.
Okay, so they're only stunned if it does a fantastic success.
It says if it takes damage.
On a fantastic success, the attack does double damage, and if the target suffers any actual damage, they are also stunned for 1 round. To me, that reads that it requires the fantastic success.
Okay. Well, it's okay, because on the second attack, I did get a fantastic success.
There's no winning, Stephen. You can keep
No,
trying.
there's not.
We're appreciating it because we're learning the rules, but
That is kind of vague with that comma there, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why, I mean,
But
way
the
I
start
read
of
it-
the sentence is on a fantastic success, right?
Yes,
So then everything that follows comes after a fantastic.
but there's a lot of commas that I feel like really throw that off.
Stephen,
Yeah, Jeff,
as
what's
an
your reading on that?
expert in the English language, as you know that I am.
That's why I just asked you.
yeah, yeah, uh-huh.
I believe whatever benefits Aaron in our team is the proper.
Oh, you
I
asshole.
concur. That is the way I
Pivot.
read it too.
Pivot.
And Elixir gets ripped out of the car and thrown into the ocean, never to be seen again.
Whoa.
Struggle, let's go of the frickin' T-Rex and flies off the side of the cliff.
All right, so you got a fantastic success there, Aaron. How much
28
damage was
points
that?
of damage. 28.
28. 28. All right. We're still going to keep going with the stunned on the other one because we already ruled it that way. But I do think it requires a fantastic success next time because all the other abilities that like cause an effect require fantastic success as
Sure,
well.
sure.
They're not written that way though, which throws me off. Okay, so that was your second attack. Do you have anything else then? You just got reactions from here on out, right?
Yeah, just reactions. Yeah, the only reason I thought that is because in the comics, Miles Morales' Venom Blast, that's pretty much what it does, is stuns people. And that's why I thought they wrote it differently that way in the rules, because the power set is very different than the other.
Honestly, Aaron, I have
attacks
read
like
that
that.
ability 10 times, and I didn't once think about that for the same reason. Like the way it reads like it should.
But yeah, no, I'm totally cool either way. But that was my reasoning for thinking that, because of the nature of the Venom Blast that it's based off of. But
And that brings us to Stranglehold, who you are grappling a metallic T-Rex right.
Oh yeah, I am for sure. I'm very excited because this is the combo. Are you ready? First thing I'm going to do is use my movement action to continue to coil and constrict. So this is going to make a melee check against the enemy's resilience. Okay? So it's not like an
Alright.
attack. I'm using my movement here. Okay. So here
18 resilience.
Do you really want me to even roll? Like,
I still want you to roll. Yes, I'm hoping against hope.
okay, so that's a 20. I'm gonna.
Did you add in your -5 for all your smack talk? That applies to the whole session.
No,
I think
that's
you
a
meant +5.
+5. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. The rules do
It's like
the
the
comma is the
wisecracking
wrong
rule,
way,
yeah.
but
Okay.
All right,
So
20 hits.
I'm gonna see if I can get a fantastic success. If you excuse me for a second, I'm just gonna use some edges here. Oh, really fast. Okay. So let's just go ahead and roll that. No. Let's try it one more time. We can do this. Okay, no. So no, it's not. No, fantastic. Unfortunately, however, you're going to take regular health damage. So in this case, it's going to be. You have damage reduction of 3, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it's going
Okay,
to
buddy.
be 24 again.
24.
All right. Yeah.
And this thing's looking hurt.
Then I'm going to go ahead and have my arms is going to kind of continue to coil and coil and coil. And then as my standard action, I'm going to punch this sucker like right in the side of its gourd, man. And I'm going to use another attack. So this is my standard. And as he's paralyzed, this automatically hits. So he automatically hits, but I'm still going to roll. Because I think I need to determine what my score and see whether I got like a whatever the hell thing is. All right, I did get a Marvel, so that is a fantastic. I will use my rerolls to see if I can make this a supreme ultra whopper thingy. No. Okay, so then it is still a fantastic success. So you take the same amount of damage as I just gave you. So it's, again, 24 more points of damage. I'm sorry. It's a fantastic success. What am I talking about? 48 points of damage, and you're stunned for 1 round. Are you still up?
Jeff, can I ask you something real quick?
Yeah.
What does this look like as you kill it?
So I'm squeezing, and you just hear like as it's starting to collapse, and then my arm reaches up, and I just right in the side of its temple, and then it goes right through the head and pops out the other side, and whatever brains or mechanical brains are inside are now scattered along the side of the New Jersey Turnpike or wherever the hell we're at. Okay.
Yeah, and this thing is entirely organic. So you punch through, and there's brain and red blood, and then the metal as well turns into like this mercury type liquid that you burst through, and it just goes splattering across the other side of the highway, painting it entirely with this new roadkill. A car drives through, and it just splatters the windshield as it's going through.
Righteous.
It starts careening as it can't see where it's going anymore. Then the body just
with his bloody hand, he's going to look over towards the other T-Rex, and he's going to do 2 fingers towards his eyes, and then 2 fingers towards the T-Rex's eyes.
Your extra long arm that's still through the skull wraps back around to do the 2 fingers. And then it quickly retracts back, and the body of this Predator X just collapses on the highway. The Hummer does a jump as one of the legs goes under the back tire, and it just bounces, but Elixir quickly gets it back under control. That is pretty awesome. And it is the other Predator's turn. It cannot take actions. Does movement count as an action?
Mm-hmm.
I need to really look into this.
You're going to get stunned a lot.
It doesn't say standard
I know.
action. It says it can't
We
take
have-
actions, and that would be all action types: movement, standard, and reaction.
Yeah, it is a movement action. You're right. All right, so that thing it begins to stumble and it loses its pace. Wraith, you are still on top of it, attacking it, but it's taking its turn to recover there. And then that brings us to Ashfall.
All right. Well, I have recovered my focus. So this thing, I mean, I could just block it into a box, but you know what? I think I'm just going to like grab a big rock off the ground and levitate it into its face. With an elemental, let's do an elemental burst. So it costs me 5, but if I add more focus, it'll add a +1 to the character's agility damage bonus for every 2 points of focus. So I'm going to jump it up to 10. So easy math, hopefully. And that'll also give me an edge on my ranged attack. So let me do an agility attack. That is, that's go work. Okay, I didn't roll very well. Does a 15 hit you?
What?
A 15 to hit. Your agility.
Oh, Kipser, I'm gonna savor this moment here because this doesn't happen often.
Oh
No,
wait, I get an edge. I
unfortunately,
forgot about my
15.
edge. I forgot about my edge.
Oh, you shut up.
Hold on.
Actually,
So
Kipser,
close.
you have 2 edges.
Ooh, thank
Oh
you,
yeah, because
Aaron.
it's stunned.
Yeah. Let me let's re-roll. Click the dice to re-roll. Oh, how exciting. Let's re-roll this one and this one. 2 re-rolls. Oh, I got a Marvel now. How about does a 17 hit you?
For melee or agility,
Agility.
it hits.
It hits? And
It hits with a fantastic success.
So with Earth Elemental, that does mean that it reduces your speed. I can look up the exact amount if it matters, but I think you're just kind of stunned, so probably won't come into play. But yeah, let me just give you a good old, so that's 44 points of damage. And +1 to the kill for every 2 points of focus.
44, you said?
Yes, please.
That's
So I
after
just-
damage reduction?
Oh, sorry.
BR3.
BR3. Let me get that in here.
What is your modifier? 2?
For
Or no, your
agility?
multiplier is 4.
Yes.
So it just takes it down to 1 multiplier.
Yeah. So instead.
So your Marvel die plus your bonus.
Yeah. So 6 times. 6 times times. Yeah. So
Wait,
That
no,
would be
no.
10.
Your agility multiplier is 3.
yeah. So it would be a
Minus
0.
3, a 0.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
But I'll still give you the fantastic success. You can do something here to improve your situation.
Okay. Essentially the dirt around it does cause it to it reduces its speed, so it can't actually move that much. Not that it could anyway, but maybe it also like makes it harder to see.
Yeah, there's just this cloud of dust and dirt as the pavement's been torn up where your ability came through. And even if it does move forward, it's going to be very difficult to try and get through all this uneven terrain now, as this concrete just like comes up in like jagged spikes. And anything else, Ashfall, or are we going to Bijou?
Go to Bijou, who is definitely going to hit now that they've remembered that they have a +1.
Yes, they have remembered that. So Bijou still has a shooting angle from the vehicle. She's got to like
Absolutely. Yeah. All you have to do is stand up.
drop the no. You pop the window up in the back of the Hummer and you shoot through it.
You open the whole back door. Yeah.
Oh right, that's how those work. So yes, I always forget that I do actually have like qualifications as if I have a weapon. So let me do this again. Yay. Okay. So I rolled a 1 on my marble die. So do I have any edges on this?
At least 1 from me.
Okay,
One from
which
the
doesn't
being
matter
stunned.
because I'm rolling damage, so I should ignore that. So, so it's a -3, right? Okay, so it's
-3.
4.
Yep.
So it's 4 minus 3, which is 1, plus 1, which is 2. So that's going to be 6 times 2 is 12 plus, hold on, plus 5 is 17. And then on a fantastic success, the enemy takes triple damage. So it's 17 times 3.
Which is 51.
is
51.
15. Yes. I can do math. I can't do math. 51.
That is a solid hit. Go ahead and describe how you're like puncturing through its metal as this cloud of dust is covering it, but we can still see you hit it.
So she's been kind of paying attention through, kind of the backside of the Hummer. And so she like kind of got where she was going to kind of be kind of sniping at this thing basically before Ashfall had done what she did. So she can still kind of see where her target was going to be. And so she just kind of like affects the window in the back and just kind of like shoots back out Exactly. Old school. Crank, 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 crank. Shoot. Crank, 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 crank.
Yes.
Wraith is taking like 5 actions a turn, and Bijou would as well if she could just get these windows to go down a little bit faster. Oh, that's awesome. And that brings us to Wraith at the top of the round. One of these predators is dead. You're on top of the one that's still alive. It is stunned, but it's recovering quickly. What are you doing?
So you see Wraith do the same thing. His palm glows, and you just see him start to, open these singularities inside this thing's skull to try to basically rip parts of its biomass out through space-time.
And I know you get like 50,000 edges here, but I will give you one more because of Ashfall and her fantastic success. This thing is having trouble moving. It's tripping over concrete. It's just not able to defend itself.
I got a fantastic success. And I got a 6 on one other die and a 5 on the third. But I'll go ahead and take my 3 edges to see if I can make that 5 a 6. How's that?
One of these days I'll get in action.
I don't want you to.
Keep telling yourself that.
That's not nice.
Not as long as Aaron keeps rolling like Aaron.
Oh, look, 4 more Predator X's have shown up.
Nope, didn't get it there.
Oh, well, time to pull out the sphere.
Didn't get it there. One last time. Nope. Did not get it. So the best one was a 22 to hit. Fantastic.
But you still got the fantastic success.
Yes.
Yeah,
So it is
so that's a
still
hit.
stunned, and with double damage, including the damage reduction on it, is 48 points of damage.
Solid hit. And that's just your first attack, right?
Yep.
I'm not giving you the edge on the second attack. You only get one
That's
per
fine.
turn.
That is perfectly all right.
You're like,
And
I
he
don't
will
need it.
continue. So you
That's
see
going to stop him, Steven.
everything around him seems to slow down from his perspective as he's pulled himself out of the normal flow of time. But for everybody else, it just looks like he's just this blazing blur of speed as he's teleporting around and shredding things with his abilities. All right. Ooh, really, 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 really bad roll. So let me do my 2 edges at least and try to fix that.
I mean, audience edge.
That's okay.
Only
I did
before.
better.
You got to call it beforehand.
I got a 19.
I have my
in total.
dignity.
No, you don't. I've seen you play Delta Green.
A 19 in total for a total of 20 points of damage on the second attack.
20 points. And you are just tearing this thing apart. Combined with the sniping from Bijou, you're able to target those points that she opened up. And this thing is bleeding profusely. And even its healing factor is not enough here to really stop that. But it's still alive. That brings us to Stranglehold.
How far away would we say this is at this point?
It's getting even further away. I said it was 30 before, and he stunned it, and you're driving away, so at least 30, probably more.
Okay. And how does our speed or like our run speed calculate to like that number? Is it just like that flat number, or are you talking like meters, feet? What are you doing?
The 30 I was counting as spaces, so your run speed goes into that 30.
Okay, then I'm just gonna wait in a car because
there are also plenty of
45 minutes
cars
to get there.
nearby that have stopped or crashed that are just waiting to be thrown.
Are there people getting out of those cars?
Yes, of course.
You know what? Never mind. What am I thinking? Well, see, the problem with this is that you're going to make me roll my agility test, and I don't really want to roll that. But is he paralyzed or stunned or anything right now?
He's stunned, so you get an
paralyzed.
edge
He
from
is
me.
stunned. Do it.
There's
Do we
also
know-
the top of your Hummer that's basically been torn off. It's hanging by a thread. You know, that could be frisbeed pretty
Oh, no.
easily
I
as
was
well.
going to throw his T-Rex friend at him in a second. That's what I was
That
going
makes
to
sense.
Yeah.
Pick him up by the tail. Woo!
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Why not? Like, it's just so far away that it's just... That's a lot of spaces. Okay.
You can throw so far.
But throwing is agility, and that's not really the build.
Okay.
Would I have a -1 to my ability checks?
Oh,
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah. Do we know what its defense is? Do we know what that is? Do we figure it out?
17.
So I literally would have to roll 3 6s to hit it. So that's why. Like, this is. It seems like a waste of my action. Okay.
Well, if you didn't kill the other one so fast, you'd still have something to hit. That's all I'm saying.
So I never actually did use my reaction. I should use my reaction to spin through it. So,
You can use your reaction. You're still holding on to this thing.
No.
Or it's still right there.
Yeah. Sure. I'll just roll it just so to move it on. But yeah, there's really nothing I can do. So, oh god, so annoying.
we have edges.
It doesn't matter. Like, I have to literally roll 3 6s. So, like, the chances of that.
Okay, hold on, Jeff. I have an idea. If you would
What's
like, I can use my reaction to fastball special you because I'm good at agility.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that. So I was like, man, it's just
just throw
so
you
far
at-
away.
Oh,
Like, why is it?
Here, Marshall. I got an idea. I think I remember Colossus and Wolverine doing this.
Huh? Like tabletop tennis? What?
Yeah,
Why
like
is that
tabletop
relevant here?
tennis. All right, you ready? Just make yourself
So-
into a ball.
Yeah, I'm
Real
looking at
quick,
fastballs, but I'm looking it up. Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
have to do it on
technically-
your action.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll allow it. It's fine. It's not a big deal. This thing's almost dead.
I mean, I can use. Yeah, I'll just not use my action or something.
Just save it. I'll just throw the thing. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. Because I have a couple edges to give it a try. So
I'll throw you next time.
all right, let's see that. And let's give those a re-roll. I shit you not. I am not kidding. On the re-roll, I got it. I'm
You
taking a
liar.
picture. I swear to God,
Nice.
man. I swear to God.
He had this ready to go. He's got the picture already taken. He's just doing theatrics here for us.
Steven, hold up like a middle finger at me or something. So we can timestamp this. Okay. So there you go.
Happily.
Here is our thumbnail.
I didn't get it initially. All I got on the first one was a fantastic, but I did manage to get it on the reroll.
Nice.
So, haha, loser.
There you go. How much damage is it, you bastard?
Well, that's the fun part is that you're not going to take. It's actually
I'm
an
not
ultimate
taking any.
fantastic. So, what is that? Does that do anything for
Triple.
damage? So it triples damage, but I only have a 3 multiplier with my agility, so you actually don't take any damage.
Ultimate fantastic. We can call it a 1.
Oh boy,
Multiplier
So-
1.
Okay, so you're taking 3 minus 1, 2 times 3. You're taking 6 points of damage
Oh, buddy.
from a yeah. This is where like the rules just get in the way. Just get in the way.
How is the fantastic helping your teammates here?
I want to let's say that it hits it like it just skims it across its head, and it kind of causes its eyes to get all messy because the blood like drips down into it, and so it's having a little bit more trouble as its best friend, his buddy, his blood is all over his face.
I just had a bad idea. So you punched a hole through the other one's head and threw it at this guy, and the hole in that head just got caught on the living one's jaw, and it's trying to like throw off the body of its friend right now that is now hooked on its teeth. Blood is getting everywhere.
like horseshoes.
Wraith, you're on back being covered by this.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Ashfall, you were up.
Well, with my enhanced physique, which allows me to carry, swing, and throw things at a larger size, I'm going to. Hey, Marshall, Here we go. And I'm gonna throw him.
What? Whoa! Ah! And like you pick them
I
up.
believe in you.
And you're basically picking up like a pice of melted taffy, and so that's what you're throwing as I'm just as I'm flying.
Oh God,
because
the
I'm
silly
still coming
putty
back.
effect.
So just through the wind.
Like a big discus, a big Marshall discus.
Okay, so I think do I need to fires
Agility check from you, I
Yes.
believe,
Mhm.
and then a melee check from him.
She throws me off the cliff.
Get you bounce.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Aaron, are
Alright.
we getting an edge on this?
He is still stunned.
He is
He-
still stunned.
You get an edge from the fantastic success as well
Oh, nice. Okay.
that Marshall just got.
Well, I'm gonna re-roll. Oh, re-roll this one. Re-roll. There we go. 5, 4, 6 for a total of 19, which I believe hits their agility of 17. Or their agility
It hits.
defense.
Yeah. So
I hit them with Marshall.
hit them with Marshall. Stranglehold, what does this look like? What's your check?
So I rolled a 20 with a fantastic
That's a hit.
success thanks to the edge. And what this means is that if the attack is a fantastic success, the enemy takes triple damage. So that's going to be 24 times 3, which is going to be 72 points of damage. That's after damage reduction.
Yeah. Hit 70 points left.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yay.
Give us a description what this looks like as you go flying
So,
and you kill this
as
thing.
this thing is just like ringing around, I'd like to think it's like the windmill from a miniature golf course, just cycling around. It finally falls off, and right as it does, here comes this like spear. My arms out, stretched out like a spear, and I just right through its head at that point too. And then when I get nice and close, my eyes are like right next to its eyes, so it knows. Like I said, eyes to eyes.
As you puncture through it, your eyes actually go out into its eyes.
Sure.
This thing collapses. Cloud of
Roger
Dust.
Rabbit stuff.
the concrete was already torn up by Ashfall, and it just creates an even bigger crater as it goes flying. Stranglehold and Wraith, I do want agility checks here. Oh no, Wraith is teleporting. Yeah, you had your
He just
Aaron just shakes his
disappears,
head
and
at
he just appears on the road next to the car. He in fact teleported so well that he left the blood that was coating his body back there, and he's perfectly pristine as he walks out of it.
Stranglehold. Give me a agility check. You're looking for a 12.
Okay.
We've got
Oh,
audience.
12. I'm
entries if
asking
you
for
need
such
them.
low numbers again. What is this?
Take the audience. Take the audience dice.
I will take an audience dice, sure. Okay, so this is non-combat. Let me take my non-combat check for agility. Oh, also -1. Also -1. Okay. Okay, guys. Here we go.
You got it.
No, I don't. That's an 11.
So Stranglehold, you punch through this thing with such force that you continue through it, going out the back, and then you just bounce like taffy or rubber along the highway going back. There's a point where a car is going around you. It almost hits you, but you're able to retract yourself just in time. You are taking 3 points of damage here. You can reduce that if you'd like.
Okay. What would I reduce it to? Like 1? Do I get healed from this?
I know you don't have much HP, so I'm trying to be nice. Every
I'm
point
still
counts.
over 100. I'm still just fine.
Oh my god!
Sometimes
This
we
game
just
has
have
become so
to
antagonistic.
Throw
Uh,
Steve in a bone and let him do full
Antagonistic.
damage.
I find it funny. That's all.
Oh, you're just a shit talker. You're just a shit talker. It's all good. I love
Hamming
it.
it up, man.
All right, Jericho, did you see
All right.
that? I think we've got a new
People
attack.
laugh.
That was pretty damn impressive, Ashfall, I gotta say.
Bijou, I could throw you next.
I am afraid I would get scared and get really small and not do all that damage. I think throwing him is the better way to go.
Well, okay. I think Marshall, he kind of wiped out, but otherwise it was probably pretty fun.
So Marshall was like, ooh, and as he gets up, I like to think there's like a family in like a station wagon, and his body's all contorted, and he just does, whoa, as his mouth is hanging loose and just shakes wildly, and there's some little kid in the back.
There's a pause, where the family's just looking, and then the kid in the back just starts screaming.
Huh? Oh, that's right. That's how you hate us. I forgot. Oh, yeah.
No, it has nothing to do with the guy that was twisted entirely up and then straightening himself. That's not nightmare fuel for children. The Hummer comes careening to a halt. It curves around. It tips up onto two wheels for a second before it slams back down. And then, Stranglehold, as you turn around, you just see Elixir pop up out of the now convertible. Bro!
What's up, man? Did you see what
I saw everything. Did you see her throw you?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I got it.
And then she threw me, and then I was like, that was so good. Oh my gosh.
I think we should get a new car.
I think so too. There's a bunch that are empty now, so I think we can just take one of those. Anyone got like a Band-Aid? I got like a scratch when I hit the asphalt. Kind of hurts.
Traffic is backed up here. You hear sirens coming now. Normal police sirens at this point. You've definitely drawn some attention. However, still no sentinels, strangely. You knew there was a fleet coming towards you. It wouldn't be that hard to find you here. You're out pretty clear to the sky. You're not that far from where you were before. This has only been about a half hour or so. You're able to find another car that someone has abandoned. It was a Tesla. It rolled over, but you're able to flip it back up, Stranglehold, because you can throw a car. And it lands back in place. It's not too scratched up, but it's much better than your Hummer was.
It's a Tesla? Oh, oops. And I throw it off the cliff.
And you go to the next car, which is also a Tesla.
Oh, this one looks good. Oh, I did it again. Oh, oops.
And then the one after that's a Cybertruck. And
those don't exist. Come on now.
It's 2026.
Okay with
They're out
superpowers,
now.
but that's ridiculous.
You'll have them out by
windshield's
2026. All right, so you guys go and the station wagon with the family. They've all gotten out and they've just started running. They left the doors open. The keys are in the ignition. You all pile into the station wagon and start going off. Elixir is still driving, but there are police coming at this point that you need to get rid of. What is your plan for this? Let's go ahead and go around, and we're going to do it similar to you breaking out of the Institute, where you have to use your powers or a skill somehow creatively, and I'm going to require 3 successes out of 4 for you guys to get away from the cops.
I'm going to make a giant barrier across the road so they can't drive.
Okay, I want an ego check for that.
All right, no worries. Also, it's just elemental barrier. Ego check. 22.
22, that's easily a success. So you start heading towards just going down this beach bypass, and there's an entrance, and you can see the cops are starting to come through, and you just immediately pull up that barrier. The pavement just kind of like peels back and folds up. And it's like Blues Brothers. One of these cop cars actually gets on the fold and ramps and goes and flips over. The other cars stop. Other cop cars behind just start piling up, and you continue cruising down. However, there are other access points at this section of the road. You've gotten past the part that's like a causeway, and you're back into the Hamptons proper. Cops are starting to file back around. Let's go, Jericho. What are you doing?
So I would use my combat precognition, which is our flavored version of spider sense, to be able to sense the danger as it's coming, and you basically get an edge on my vigilance check. So I'm sitting there and I'm telling Elixir, turn here, turn there, stop the car for a second, go behind that dumpster, using my my senses to direct him through this.
Let's get that vigilance check. Cricket really wants to be on camera today, guys.
I got a 21 with a 5, 6, 6. So I'm not even going to use my edge to try to re-roll that 5. I'm going to just let the 21 stand.
21 works, yeah. And just like you said, you can spot it before it happens. And there's still so many cops that are closing in on your position that you have to use this ability a lot. But you're staying one step ahead of them and you're building up some distance. We only need one more success from either Bijou or Stranglehold. Which one of you wants to go for it?
Bijou can try to do some suppressive fire. Just set some things ablaze.
That'll
to
be
slow
agility.
them
Go
down a
for it.
bit. And this won't have any minuses to it.
No, we're not going to do damage. It's going to be a non-combat check. You can do your combat ability, but we're not going to bother with the damage. We just want to get a 14 or higher.
Oh, yeah. Higher than 14.
Like you rolled it already? You got higher?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I thought you were agreeing with me.
She has
No,
a plus
I rolled it
14 to
already.
agility, Stephen.
All right. So your suppressive fire, a lot of these energy bolts go past the windshields of these cop cars. A lot of them immediately hit their brakes to try and avoid it. You pop a few tires with them as well, so they can't continue following. Again, just a big pileup starts to happen in the road behind you as one cop car hits another, and you all have made it out of the Hamptons. You're on Long Island proper here. What is the plan? Where are you going? Are you heading towards the Church of Human Potential, formerly Madison Square Gardens?
Just to be clear, by the way, there was a discussion in chat that we took a station wagon, and so Bijou had opened the back window of the station wagon, and she's shooting out, and she just closes the window back down. It's
one of those station wagons where the back seat is reversed too, so you're just looking backwards the whole time.
I would say we go to the
church.
garden and do some.
Well, we've done the S enough that it's annoying Aaron as well.
And you start heading towards the Church of Human Potential. Your station wagon is fairly low profile. You make it across Long Island. It takes a good hour or so before you start getting near the city. And it's getting darker at this point.
They've really improved traffic from Long Island to the city. This is really only an hour. Right on. Another
Stranglehold.
In about 5 hours.
Martial law.
Oh, never mind.
Maybe we should Strangle. Do you know where there's a thrift shop we can go thrifting for disguises?
I don't think they have anything like that in New York.
No.
No.
Are poor people banned?
It's like coffee shops and bookstores and yeah, that.
Do you think we could just steal a bunch of jackets off the back of coffee shop patrons?
Well,
chairs?
what's in this family station wagon that we jacked? They got to have some clothes and stuff. They're probably on vacay out in the Hamptons, and
they were driving back home, and their luggage is still in the back that Bijou is sitting on.
I'm gonna start going through it, see if there's anything we can use to
There we go.
disguise.
You find a small family's worth of luggage. They're
Bijou, you can be kid-sized. They won't expect that.
Bijou shrinks just a little bit to fit the clothes.
Yes.
Right, so Bijou is wearing a Power Ranger shirt now. It's
right,
not original
I'll be-
Power Rangers. It's from season 27.
Oh, God. I don't understand why they're doing Power Rangers that change into construction, not even equipment, but the cones. That seems like a really weird take.
Power Transformers? It's so weird.
Yeah.
I never really cared
Jericho
about
just looks. He just looks over at Ashfall and Bijou. He's like, I've got no words. The fact that you know this hurts me in ways you can't even understand.
I mean, the one where they turned into different trains was fine. That was like,
Please stop talking. You're killing me here.
legitimate. Okay, I'll be the mom. Let's see. We've got like some floral dresses and a bonnet. That's fine. This is definitely to not anachronistic.
Haven't seen a
Yes,
lot of bonnets in 2026, but
They must have made a comeback.
Comeback. Definite comeback.
It was a family of Mennonites that were going to the Hamptons.
Is that we
Yep.
jacked a Mennonite station wagon that was on vacation in the Hamptons?
Yeah, so I got the bonnet. It's clearly this is the style, right?
I'm trying to yes and here, okay?
Fashion,
So
everything
you got
goes
Mennonite
around.
bonnets. Jericho, are you wearing one too?
No, Jericho looks down at his ankle bracelet, realizes that they've got mutant sniffers around us and pictures of us everywhere. He's like, I think I'll be okay in my black jacket. I think I'll be fine. But
Okay,
I do
you
like
can
the
be the
bonnet.
Uncle
It
Joey
makes it
then.
makes a look. It is a look.
Elixir just yells back, "Bro, do they have any cutoffs?"
I'm sure we could
Dude,
cut something off.
We can make some righteous.
Hell yeah. All right. So it takes about an hour to get towards the city proper. From there, another 5 hours. And do you want to head directly to the garden? Is that the plan? Because we can say that you get there. You've gotten away from the law enforcement. And they're not able to track you that quickly that you're going to be worrying about that. In which case, you pull up, you find some street parking. It's a couple blocks away. And you start walking towards them. You've got your disguises on. You're still a bit of a strange group, but at the same time, you're teenagers. And teenagers in a big group like this tend to always look strange, especially in New York City. Everyone's got their own fashion style, and sometimes teenagers want to wear bonnets. Now and then, someone makes a comment to their friend, "Are bonnets making a comeback?" And you continue on towards Madison Square Garden. It's this large round building, and these lights that are in between all of the windows that go from the ground all the way up to the roof are shining a bright white right now. And this large LED sign is just showing Church of Human Potential, Crusade, Strikers Crusade begins now, things like that. What is your plan here? What is your approach?
Biju's gonna shrink down and find this tunnel entrance and then find where it comes back up and cover everybody. And she can do it in super speed, and she can be so small she can't be seen. So
Could I do
it'll take some time. But
a logic or an ego test to help guide her possibly towards my memories of VIP access that various other entrances, non-standard entrances.
Bijou, what is your out of combat speed?
18.
Isn't it like even higher outside of combat with the super speed?
So the whole lock thing that I can't read speedrun right now.
Okay.
I
can share demi plane access with you.
The little description is the character runs as fast as a car. I don't know exactly what that means.
And then
flavor
multiple
says.
characters run speed.
It's 3 times
They
as
move-
fast. It is 18.
Okay. All right. So with Stranglehold giving you his insider VIP knowledge, and you're going at your super speed, I want an agility check with the edge for Stranglehold. Stranglehold, you don't have to make a check. You're just going to be able to give her the edge.
Okay. This might be too dramatic.
And how are you guys rolling the edge in Demiplane?
There's a
Just
reroll
select
button.
a reroll.
Right above your results, there's a tiny little red reroll. If you click
Oh,
that,
that
will,
reroll. Okay.
Yeah, it will allow you to then click, which will have a blue highlight around it, the dice that you want to reroll.
Perfect. Okay. That's not much better. 13.
13. That's still plenty because this wasn't a huge time crunch for you. No one is really expecting a group of teenagers to try and find a secret tunnel into Madison Square Garden. There is obviously security, but most of them aren't outside the building. This is New York. It's not like people are patrolling the sidewalks or anything like that. So you're able to make your way about. You circle the entire building a couple times. But then, there was a tip from Marshall. It said, hey, you check this door over there. And you started searching that area extremely quickly, and you're super small, so no one can really see you anyways. And you find what appears to be an access door into Madison Square Gardens. It looks like it could just be for like loading cargo and things like that. It's real close to a loading bay behind the building, but it's not actually that section. That section is completely closed off right now.
So while I'm here, if I can push this a little bit, while I'm small, is this a situation that I might be able to disable any sort of security camera that might be back here? Because I would imagine there's probably security cameras in a place like this. Could I?
There are going to be lots of security cameras, yes.
Can I attempt to disable this particular security camera, like locally in some,
How do you want to disable it? You're not trying to hack it or anything, right?
No.
We stole from the car, and I bet you the mom had hairspray. It's a great thing to put on a lens of camera.
Mennonites don't use much hairspray, to be honest.
I mean, you gotta get the hair in the bonnet somehow.
So I'm wondering if there's a way that I could follow like a wiring or something, and then like kind of like cut a wire or something. Like if there's a way to like see.
Yeah, let's call it a logic test.
Okay. If all else fails, I'm throwing a rock and just turning how it goes. Logic. Yeah. 12.
Good enough. Yeah. So you follow the cable and you aim precisely with a small little bolt of energy, and you cut a cord. It looks to be the power cord for that camera. As far as you would guess, anyone that was watching that camera, if they saw you, they would see you try to cut it, or at least walking around. But right now, it would just be black on a camera screen, on a TV screen in the guard room.
Perfect. And then I will go back, find everybody, and then lead them in.
All right. Do you want Prodigy and Elixir to come with you guys, or do you want them to hang out outside?
We need Prodigy to eat the brain of Stryker.
Possibly, yep. And we might need Elixir to hang out
Yeah.
and heal somebody. So
I mean, we've been broing out for like at least 5+ hours between driving back from the Hamptons. Against, I imagine we're probably pretty good right now.
Yeah. I mean, what's one teenager in a bonnet versus 3 teenagers in a bonnet?
What?
And
You're the only one wearing a bonnet.
Elixir's got a cutoff bonnet right now.
Cut off bonnet.
Dude, that looks great. Where did you get that idea?
Right? You gave it to me, bro. You said we could make
Me?
our own.
Dude, right on, man.
All right.
I love this guy.
Oh, God. What am I doing?
Sorry.
The 6 of you have made your way to the outside of the building. You know that there's no camera watching you right now. You need to get through this door. How loud do you want to be? How quiet? How are you trying to get in here? It is still exterior access to Madison Square Garden. It's not something that's easily just broken through for a normal person.
But
Well,
Bijou
if
can
it's
get tiny enough. I can try to go under the door and then pop up on the inside and then open the door.
Yeah. And honestly, that's as simple as it is. If you're small enough that you can crawl underneath the door, it's one of those that they don't open from the outside, but they open from the inside. You pop it open, and you're kind of like a little worried, like, am I going to set off an alarm? But you just got to go for it. And you hit the push bar, and as far as you can tell, no alarms. The
She waves
six of you
everybody in.
pour on in, and you are now in like the loading access area of Madison Square Garden. It's not where most of the public goes. This is the place where like they bring in all the merchandise, they bring in the food and things like that. What is the plan? Where are you going?
We want to see if they have the tech here, and if not, we need to be under the state. Prodigy, what's the range on your brain eating?
I don't actually eat brains. I just like take some routines and skills from them, but it's like within a room. I have to be like in the same room.
Would under the stage be close enough? Like, do you need to see them?
No, I don't need to see them. If he's on stage, then yeah. You think he'll be on stage right now? He said the crusade would start tomorrow night.
Oh, we might have misplanned this.
It gives us plenty of time to search this place for any of his tech. And
Yeah,
then, if
hide here
necessary,
till
find a
tomorrow.
way to get under the stage and be ready for him when he does come.
Yeah.
that sounds good. And I mean, where are they going to look for us? Right under their feet? I don't think so. This is the worst place for us to be.
Hiding in plain sight.
Unless, of course, they have passive mutant detectors in here, and then in that case, we're potentially screwed. But I say we do a sub-basement search for the technology. It's more than likely going to be someplace the public aren't allowed to access, if it's here at all.
Well,
So
let
you
me see
begin-
if there's any hollow spaces around here. And Ashfall will try to like sense in the earth and around on the ground and everything for any like vibrations that feel hollow.
Let's call this an ego check.
Ego. I like my ego checks. 333 for a total of 15 with my +6.
The +6 saved you. The 15, I was going to say you need a 14. It's difficult. This is New York City. You know, there are subway tunnels. You're right next to Penn Station, so there's a lot of trains going by underground. It's really hard to figure out what vibrations apply to this area, which ones don't, which empty spaces are the ones that you're looking for. You know, there's a lot of tunnels. However, you find a way to like calm yourself and just put out all the background noise. All the footsteps on the sidewalk, all the cars rolling by, hitting potholes. Even the wind pushing against the building causes vibrations that ripple down into the earth and you can feel. And you find a way to just focus. You realize that there are quite a bit of sub-basements here, even more so than you ever would have expected. They continue to go down and down. And you almost, as you push your senses deeper, you feel that there's even more like drilling and heavy machinery deep below you that is still currently active, as if they're adding even more sub-basements and tunnels here.
Oh, dudes, there's like humming down here of machines that are working. This goes way far down, way further down than I thought, like stories down. They've done a lot of work at Madison Square Gardens.
Well, that's odd.
Bro,
Why?
wouldn't like New York like flood or something?
Yeah, man. I
mean, wouldn't it have flooded from just having the subways drilled into it in that case?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's like retaining walls and such. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But like, why here?
Bro, that is such a good question.
Thank you, bro.
Seems like there's a lot of security.
Elixir, Prodigy, do you guys know if anything special happened here? Or
It's a big enough place. Let's say they have some sort of technology that they can use to either isolate, destabilize, or destroy the X gene. They bring all the mutants into one place. They fire off whatever they're doing and no more mutants. Or they're trying to open a larger dimensional portal between this world or this timeline and the past. They want to be able to move armies to and from. This is a big enough place you could muster your forces and open the portal from.
That is probably very accurate and very scary. I don't
But we
like
can get
that.
home from there. We want a
Awesome.
portal because we want to go home.
As long as we can destroy the tech on the way out and make sure they can't rebuild it by eliminating anybody who knows how to build it in the first place, or taking them with us.
That's really advanced tech that they've built in a really short amount of time. Like 20 years isn't that much.
Well, if they've got access to Trask or Trask's notes or any of the mutants who can travel through time, or God forbid they've got a hold of Forge and they're forcing him to work on it.
True. All right. Well, I guess we probably want to figure that out so they can't redo it.
Well, sounds like we need to go down and figure out what they're building down there.
All right. Let's figure out, I guess, the stairs, the elevator. How do we get down? We could below a hole, but that'll be a bit obvious.
You start searching around these access tunnels, the loading area, and where you are is extremely high security. It takes security to get in, but this is the most common place of entrance for any sort of teamster that would be delivering things. You're able to poke around. There's no one really walking around right now. No one's really bothering you. You've gotten here later at night, so the workday is pretty much over. There are a few points where you see doors that have higher security. They require some sort of key card to go past. You see a few of these. So it's really hard to know if one of them is more important than others or anything like that. And you're really hit with the immensity of this building as you're walking through, as you're just walking and walking and walking. And, you feel like you've gotten maybe halfway across the arena at this point using these tunnels, but you're not actually seeing anything that says go further below here. There's no signs directing people lower.
Ashfall, can you use your geokinesis to feel for access points going down, stairwells or shafts going down? That might be elevator shafts we can access.
Yeah, let me give it a try. It might be difficult if we've got a bunch of empty spaces in between, but if we hit a wall for sure. But let me try.
We can keep going your previous check for that. It's
Okay.
basically the same thing. You already sensed this area. You again have to put things out of your mind, focusing on the here, the now. And at first you don't sense anything, so you have to widen your range, so to speak. Take a little bit less out of your mind and just start making the radar a bit wider and wider and wider until finally you catch a very subtle thing. It's the vibration of a motor, and there are gears that are pulling and squeaking, and it feels like you can't really explain why, but it just feels like a large elevator. And it just seems like much bigger than a normal elevator would be, like a freight elevator, but on a much higher scale.
They've got a freight or a service elevator. It feels like it's that way. I can feel the motor running through the walls. So as long as we can figure out how to go that, then we should be good. So I guess look for some security doors around here.
And you start heading that direction, and you have to veer off a little bit. And these tunnels are very large because they allow vehicles to drive through here. Entire trucks can drive through here. And you actually have to go off through an intersection and then take around another corner before you see this very, very large garage door. It goes up. It's probably 20, 30 feet tall and probably 40 feet wide. Just a massive garage door. And you see that there's a keypad nearby that very clearly controls that. You don't see any other doors going the same direction.
Looks like Sentinel access to me.
That might be
very
why.
big door.
Oh God, that sentinels down here? Maybe. Uh-oh.
They're not so tough.
I mean,
My bro
yeah,
Stranglehold, he could kill one with like one hit.
but those little tiny ones that went into her blood really wrecked us.
Yeah, those are bad. I didn't like those.
Didn't like those at all.
Oh, they're pretty terrible.
The bigger they are, the easier they are to strangle, but the smaller they are, the more difficult they are to strangle. Wait, that sounds
Bro,
bad.
give yourself credit. You could strangle anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I could. Hey, Bijou, get really small for a sec. I want to see if I can strangle. Just want to test the powers.
No, Bijou, don't do that.
I'm going to get really small and I'm going to see if I can squeeze under this garage door and see what's on the other side.
This door does completely close to the ground, and it's got the seal underneath, so you're not going to be able to just squeeze through the same way.
Jericho, did your parents ever teach you how to hack security in this way?
Let me take a look at the pad. So he's going to do his vigilance. He's fairly vigilant. He's going to try to see if he can determine if there's any of the particular numbers on the pad, if there's any sort of pattern or, anything that's scuffed. It's not going to get us the actual code, but at least it might narrow it down to the
I get what you're saying. That's going to be at least difficult, I'd say, if not ridiculous. Let's go with ridiculous. So 14 plus your rank. So 17 is what you're looking for.
Okay, I get a +4 on my vigilance checks. I got a 17. 3, a 6, a 4, +4, 17.
3, 1, and 6 are the only numbers that appear to be used, and you can't. It's a clean keypad, but you can see that the paint is just rubbed off more on those 3 numbers, more than anything else.
All right. Well, we know it's 3, 1, 6. We don't know what the order is, so.
Well, only 3 digits though. That's 9 combination possibilities?
Well, that's
They could use the
assuming
digits
that
more
some
than
of those
once.
weren't one. Dude, I was just saying
Right.
that.
I'm sorry, bro. I should have let you say it. You're smart.
No, dude. That was awesome.
So I don't think there's any way that we can get past it easy, and I'm not good at hacking like my mother was. So we can either
Well,
I can teleport to the other side, and if the car is there, I should be able to open the door using emergency access from the inside, or we can hide out and wait till somebody comes along and punches the code in, and then we can memorize what they punch in, or Bijou can be very small and observe it. What do you think?
we also have someone who eats brains.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, if we find, but we haven't seen anybody yet, right?
He
to eat the
doesn't
brain
eat
of.
brains.
He does now.
Keep saying.
I know.
Ability to copy skills.
The post-credit
just-
scene for our game is going to be Prodigy breaking down, going villain, and starting to eat brains. She says, "I eat brains. Fine, I'm going to eat brains."
The final arc is Marvel Zombies, is what it is.
Awesome. So the big door itself, I know you said it kind of locks into the ground. Is it possible that someone of significant strength could try to actually lift it, even if it's just a little bit, like just get it out, just to see if I can get Bijou inside?
As Stryker would say, through God, all things are possible.
Who?
I can probably give you a help action for that because I have enhanced physique.
I don't want to open it like all the way, just a little bit, so that Bijou can get to the other side.
Go for it. Give
And
me
so
a melee.
suddenly you don't see Bijou anymore.
Oh, she
And
ditched us?
Jericho, if you can get like an eye under there to see what's on the other side, that can help with your teleportation if you need to too.
Bro, she was like the whole point of this plan. We can't do this without her.
I know, right? I'll just have to like flatten myself or something to slide under or whatever. Yeah.
But you've been bulking up, man. That's not fair. You don't have to
Bijou
do
pops
that.
up just a little bit
What?
by the door,
Oh,
and she's
God.
like,
Oh, yeah. That's right. You can get small. I totally forgot.
I can get so small now you can't see me anymore.
Bro,
But I'm
that
right
is
here.
amazing.
That's pretty cool. All right. So after my edge, that is a 24.
24 is more than enough. You flatten your hand and you like go around the seal. There is a little bit of a lip where the seal folds into, and you're able to pull it up. And really, you're not pulling the metal as much as this rubber seal. You're straining so much that you're pulling it up and giving enough space for Bijou to travel underneath. Bijou, you get to the other side easily with him giving you the space. You're so small that it's not difficult for you to pass through at that point.
She's still like, if you could see her, she's still like army crawling under there just to make sure she goes under.
Which makes it take so much longer because you're so tiny army crawling. But it's a super speed. But you get to the other side, and this is a massive freight elevator. It's got this great floor. Great as in there are holes in the floor, not that it's a fantastic floor.
Thank you for clarifying. I was like trying to imagine, like, wow, this is really special.
It's very much for machinery and things like that. As far as
as in
getting the
she
door
almost
open
falls because she's expecting a solid floor and it's not solid. So she like, starts to go ahead and it's like, oh crap.
I'm sorry, guys. I've been losing it this whole session. Okay, so you pop back up, and yeah, there's a button on the other side that you're easily able to find. You just put in the right floor number. You see that it's basement 1, basement 2, basement 3, and it's got buttons that not all of them are installed yet. Some of them still would like very much have like placeholder metal panels. But right now it's got up to basement 12 on there. So you hit the basement 1, and the rest of you hear the click of the door and the slow rumble as it begins to go up. What's the plan? Where are you going?
There's 12 guys. Goes all the way down to 12.
There's 12
Marshall, when you were here, was there 12 levels? Goes down 12 levels. Did you get to see the 12 levels?
No, we didn't. No. I mean, we saw some of it, like that we passed, like here and there, where like the Teamsters and stuff work, but like we didn't really like go down here or anything.
There's 12 now. We're gonna go down.
I think we're gonna have to check each one because I don't think we can afford to miss out on the time travel information or any of that stuff, and maybe find people they've trapped down here.
It is an elevator.
Eric's not in this game.
Oh god. It's not that
Now
kind
that
of
you mention it,
elevator.
I really gotta go.
There
are holes in the floor. Like it'll just go down.
No, dude. No, dude. No.
I say let's take it to the bottom, start at 12, work our way up. That way we're not trapped somewhere in the middle if all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, that
Smart.
makes sense.
You hit the button and it's a slow descent. And this elevator is loud because it's not meant to be used by just regular people. It's not like the fans that come here use this elevator. And you hear the large engines turning because it takes very complicated machinery to move something this big, let alone whatever else it would be carrying. Like it's got to be weighted for heavy weights.
If we look up, do we see like a split ceiling where it could open up and let out sentinels?
So actually the ceiling is very much like a standard elevator. You know, it's got the tiles and the lights and everything. No, I'm just kidding. No, as soon as you look up, it's very similar to the floor. It's got the graded ceiling and you just see that there's concrete overhead.
With how loud this elevator is, who knows what kind of equipment they've got down there. I think we need to be prepared when these doors open to potentially be in the middle of a fight.
Yeah.
You go down and the elevator is actually open facing here. There's no interior door on this elevator. So you can reach out and you can feel the concrete as it's going up in front of you. And every now and then you see another large garage door, just like the one that you got through. And it continues on and on and on 12 times until you reach the bottom here. And then that elevator begins to just slowly open and light begins to fill in. You can see that there are shadows of people moving in the distance, being pushed through as the crack rises and gets bigger. And let's go ahead and call it a night there, guys.
Nice. We
Awesome.
made it
Behind the door.
It's
into
just-
all
some
of the
goofy shit
gardens.
We
tonight.
made it somewhere.
All of
It's
the
just
gardens.
James Dolan's like weird jazz blues band down here playing. That's probably all it is.
God damn it, Jeff. How did you know? You've been looking at my notes in Foundry, haven't you?
Well, we're starting on the construction floor, so
All right. I had a lot of fun. Sorry if I was being a little too goofy in the middle of that, but it was a blast for me. I got one action in before you guys got
Good
to go.
job.
I rolled high enough on initiative that I got one action in, so that was nice for me. You know, that keeps me going at least 3 more sessions. Let's do some shout outs. Aaron, what do you got going on with Garblag?
Thanks. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can join us over at Garblag Games, where I will be in the narrator's seat running some more Marvel Multiverse. Our group of British superheroes will be finishing off their mission in 1943, jumping through a portal and diving right into the Cataclysm of Kang at the end of the rank 1 mission. So, and then we'll be running the Cataclysm of Kang all the way through rank 6. After that, on Thursday, I think Pete is going to be back with some more of his heroic deeds and the Red Hand of Doom. And then the following Tuesday, we should be back with Millie and some more Coriolis, or possibly Blade Runner, depending on how things are going on Tuesday.
And Jeff, that's your name, right, Jeff?
That is. Yeah.
What are we doing here on what's our channel again?
This is the Lollygaggers, or Adventures in Lollygagging. They're synonymous. I'm not sure if you knew that. But
I haven't been paying attention. You know, like I just showed up one day.
Lollygagging. You know, I don't know. We're off for the rest of the week, actually. So U.S. holidays and stuff. So a few of us got some plans. So no Thursday, no Friday, no Saturday this week. But we will be back on Monday with more Monster of the Week, and Tuesday back to Marvel Multiverse. But you can also check out the YouTube page for Adventures in Lollygagging while you're waiting around. Find another game. We got plenty of other games going on. We just started up Warhammer 40k Wrath and Glory. We got a couple episodes of Fragged Empire, and we got some Delta Green going on. So plenty of things to hold you over until we're back on Monday.
And you guys in the YouTube comments have been saving me. And if you have any more nerfs for my players, please
don't
mention them.
it. Do not mention it.
I am desperate to hear them.
Yeah.
Just gotta delete them. If anybody
good plan.
Seriously,
tries
it's very
to
much appreciated.
stranglehold,
It is good.
delete.
Done.
There's a lot of little details in this, so it does help to have another set of eyes on the rules.
It really does. So thank you for that. Jeff, are we going to raid someone?
Yeah, I was gonna do Laugh Love Lindy. They're playing something. It's a tabletop role-playing game, so let's go find out what it is. Have a great rest of your week, everybody. If you're celebrating U.S. Thanksgiving, have a happy Thanksgiving, happy holiday, and we'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye.
Happy American Turkey Day.
Good night.